let's go live. All right. Okay, cool. So we are live, and everything looks like it's coming through. Okay, there was a problem with the internet connection a little bit ago, but looks like we're good now. Okay, so let me just see if let's go live. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we're good now. All right. So, Army, we're live. Welcome to the stream. I think this is the first one you've been to on the YouTube channel. Congratulations on coming today. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have you. Okay, so we are working on the party bot that we worked on Tuesday. Now, we know that there is a difference in name. We understand that, but due to monetization purposes, this robot has been renamed to the party bot. So we'll call that what it is. And yeah. So we're going to continue texturing it. When we last left off, we were working on the robot. We had just finished up the limes and the cup. And now we're going to do the bottle and the stand. And I remember from the last stream on Tuesday that we're going to call the brand here Beardwiser. So should be pretty good. But yeah, I'm glad to be back in streaming, Army. I'm glad to be like hanging out with the community again. It's been a while. I get that. I've been away. Life's been crazy, but we're back, and we're going to be back on a regular, consistent basis. Tuesday nights for sure, and then maybe sometime on Saturdays. So we got about an hour and a half today to stream and work on this. So let's get to it. All right. So we kind of went with this red and blue color scheme. We're going with this kind of like Mexican feel for this bot. And I don't know. I love this little texture work here in these limes. So we're going to try to just make a beer bottle out of this. We don't have to do anything with the modeling. This is where our bot ended up last time. And actually, let's go ahead and hide everything in our scene so we can just focus on the bot. Question, because I was having some issues on Tuesday. Can you guys hear the background music? Army, let me know if you can hear the background music. That'd be great if you could let me know that, because we were having some issues. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's check out these UV maps. So far, I think this is where we ended last time. I'm good with this UV map. Is it perfect? No. Is it acceptable? Yes. Yes, it is. So, let's say the Cinco de Mayo party bot. Yes, you can hear the piano. Fantastic. Thanks, Army. There were some weird settings going on Tuesday, so we didn't get any of that music in that stream, and it's okay. And that's okay. All right, cool. So we've done our UV editing for this already. You can check out the last stream, which I'll link in a card in this video once it's done, and we will go to the texture paint mode and start working on this. But we have a problem, because this should not be, we shouldn't be painting on that. We should be painting with the bottle and the sand. So we could fill the entire thing. I forgot that I had that selected and active. Let's go ahead and move these settings over. We really don't need our texture so much, but we'll put this just above my head so we can make sure everything is good to go on the stream. And then, yeah, we can start painting it. Now, it is a Mexican theme, so we're going to need to come up with some beer bottle colors, which are basically brown. Modelo is brown. Modelo is a fantastic beer if you've done any drinking with that. Actually, let me put my glove. I need to get a real like smudge guard for my Huion tablet. So, but right now I cut up a glove, and that's what we're using. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and pick some colors. So we're gonna go to our brush. What I need. I'm gonna go to this, and we should be. Where is my setting? Don't tell me they updated it. So I just downloaded Blender 2.82. This will be the first time I've actually used it, so I'm hoping they didn't just change everything up. Looks like we are missing our colors. Did they put it here? No. Okay, where are my palette options? Color palette is now its own thing, apparently. I don't like that. It's not what I'm used to. They need to stop moving things with these new versions of Blender. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of new settings and stuff. So wait for the tutorials on it. It'll be coming out soon. So, all right. So we have color palettes before. We have the cup. We have the lime. I'm going to go ahead and add a new color palette here for our beer bottle. It really is a learning experience. They keep dropping new versions of Blender, and I don't know how I feel about it. You know, but I'm really excited about like some of this new settings and junk that they have, but it's not great when they just change everything up. So we'll call this bottle, or actually we'll call it Beardwiser, because why not? And we're gonna go ahead and try to find some colors here that match. Now we do want a brown-ish color, maybe somewhere in this range, maybe a little darker, because beer bottles are pretty dark to prevent the light from messing up the alcohol. So let's go ahead, we will save this color, we'll add it to our color palette, make sure that our color is shared between all of our brushes, which that option got moved too. That's kind of dumb. Oh, they've got so many things going on here that are new. Okay, so this is symmetry, that's cool. That's a little bit better. Where are our options for color? Cursor, nope. I'll have to look into that because there's that also had the strength and it had the strength and radius settings under options. That's where they were. Now they're gone. Very annoying. But whatever. No, I don't want to. Maybe that's the problem. There we go. Whatever. All right, cool. So we've got our beer bottle color prepared. That's pretty good, actually. I'm not super worried about that. Everything on the inside looks brown. We could go in the back there and make it black in there, because if you're looking down the barrel of a gun, you really wouldn't want to see the fact that there's no lime in there. So we'll go ahead and just make that black on the inside. So let me grab, actually, let me just grab this single vertex in the center. And then if you hit Control and then Numpad Plus, you will actually grab all of the vertices surrounding that one. So now that we've grabbed that, we can go back to Fill, turn on Face Masking, and then change our color to pure black. Add that to our color palette. And then fill in that section of pure black. So now when you look inside the barrel, you're just going to see the barrel walls and then darkness, which will be great. And will complete the illusion that we are, staring down the barrel of a gun. I was wondering whether or not I should have eaten before we did this stream, but yeah, whatever. It tastes really good, so. All right, so we've done that now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add to our top, we're going to add like a label here. Now this is not gonna have any mesh to it. It's just going to be, you know, just kind of a slapped on sticker look. So what we'll do is we will grab, not a pure white, but pretty close to it, something like that, and we'll turn on smooth stroke, which should still be, oh, they call it stabilized stroke now, which I guess is a better name for it, but dang, Eating on stream is a style of life. Man, that'd be nice, but wait, where's my radius? Why can't I see my radius? There we go. I must have turned it off on accident. Okay. And let's drop our radius back down because we just need to outline this area here. And I'm thinking that the... let's drop our strength all the way back up for this. And that'll kind of go around the barrel. Perfect. That's what we wanted. And do the same thing up here. Kind of go like that. And it's okay if it doesn't match perfectly for the line. It's just a piece of paper. Most people aren't going to notice that it's not perfect because they're going to be too busy wondering why they're getting shot at with limes. So there we go. All right, and now that we've done that, we can turn off stabilized stroke, which they've changed the name on us, whatever, and we can just start to fill this in. So we'll go just like this, and like to block out these sections so that it's easier to color in and you don't end up accidentally coloring over something. You went against my advice and you're getting a teaching credit to teach 2nd through 6th grade, but you'll have the option to teach high school English. Army? Army. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Don't be a teacher. The world needs good teachers, but dang, like, that is a... As much as I love teaching, like, I don't know, I have such a weird conflicting perspective on that because as much as I love teaching, I could never go back to being a classroom teacher, ever. So, congratulations on moving forward for that. But good luck. Definitely teach high school if you can. Definitely go the high school route, teach high school. Actually, let's do this because we can just kind of go a little bit thicker now that we've done our outline. What now that you're heading to be an English teacher, what grade do you hope to work with? Man, Army, don't teach elementary school. They get, like, out of all the teachers that get crapped on, elementary school teachers get crapped on the worst. Like, high school teachers at least get planning periods and time to do their work in the classroom, but elementary school teachers have so much more pressure and so much less time on them. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. All right, so we've got our sticker label. Here we are. Is it just me, or are these white spots appearing after I've marked that? Might just be me. Okay. That's fine. All right, now this is Beardwiser, so we're going to have to add the pink beard to it. And that'll be a front and center type logo. Yeah, what grade do you want to teach? But I would recommend teaching high school. Like, stick with high school. Definitely don't teach, maybe, like, at the bare minimum, teach, like, 8th grade. But definitely don't teach elementary school. Which, you know what? It's so sad. It's so sad that I have to say to people like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. And I mean, I guess technically I don't have to say it. But like I talked with high school or elementary school teachers while I was teaching. And they were just like, listen, you don't want to be in our shoes. And we would do that whole thing that teachers do where we complain about our classes and junk together. And every time I would talk about the crap that would happen in my school after talking to an elementary school teacher, I would feel so bad. Because I was like, man, I can't even complain about whatever junk is going on in my school because these guys have it so bad. All right, so let's grab. Now I will clean this up in an external software. So we're gonna just add this color, and we will create the beard logo here. Turn back on stabilizing stroke, and we will make our beard. You want to teach fourth mostly to prevent bullying and support students who are bullied to prevent the next school shooting or school tragedy. Okay, I feel that. Hello, Spec. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Army girl, I don't know. That's a great reason. That's a great reason to want to teach fourth grade. But like, it's just not. It's not going to work out the way that you think. Teaching high school is the only way to be a teacher, and if you don't teach high school, like, life is just going to be bad as a teacher. Even if you do teach high school, life is still not fantastic for teachers. It's not the worst thing in the world. But, oh, that's off center. All right, let's try that again. Maybe start a little bit over here, a little bit further over here. Yeah, Spec, I am having a good day. We had a team meeting this morning with my employees, who also happen to be my old students. I enjoyed that. We got a lot of good, productive stuff done. Recorded some new material. So all in all. And now we're here hanging out, streaming with you guys. So all in all, I think it's going to be a great day. All right, we'll do the mustache as a separate stroke. Because like I said, we're going to clean this up in post anyways. And I'll put the real logo on it. But I just want to give myself like an outline for the logo. Fourth grade is when kids get bullied the most. Yeah, I guess that's probably true, right? I remember getting bullied in fourth and fifth grade pretty hard. Like, but and I look at those people back now as friends, and they were pretty good friends to me now. But man, back then they were brutal bullies. But I think it was mostly fifth grade for me when I got bullied. But yeah, I don't know. So Spec, what brings you to the channel? Is this your first time here, or have you been here before? Okay, so I moved the webcam now. So now I can look directly in the webcam and it like looks like I'm doing it. But before it was up on my other monitor. So I'm like, I keep looking up to look into the camera to talk to you guys. And now here, let's do low. Spec, yes, there is some delay to the stream. YouTube just has a normal latency. I think it runs behind like 1 or 2 seconds. I don't trust my internet enough to do ultra low or low latency. Sorry. But you just like my modeling and it helps me. Awesome, dude. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And as always, if we have any questions or whatever during stream about whatever I'm doing or about other things entirely, feel free to ask. This is mostly about helping other people while we're hanging out. Okay, this is gonna be okay. I trust it. It's gonna be fine. Something like that, and then something like this. I don't know. We're not doing the real, it's not the real logo. This is just a fake logo. Color this in, it's okay. And we'll outline it in black to fix everything else. Yeah, and I don't think I can change it now for that low latency. So I'm sorry about the latency problem, guys. Next time I'll try the low latency and see how that works out. But my internet back home, well, back in my previous house was pretty good. But this new internet, it's Comcast, and it's like, it's supposed to be really, really fast internet, but it's not running through fiber. It's running through like an auxiliary cable. And I don't know how they're doing it, and I kind of don't trust that technology. So, and one of the other times that I was streaming, like my internet dropped in the middle of the stream, which wasn't great. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that info, but so the latency is a thing. So we're just working on our beard logo for this Beardwiser and hanging out today. So, do I know Roblox? It's a good game platform where you can develop games and earn money. I have seen Roblox videos. I've got a couple of YouTubers that I watch that, like, they don't play Roblox all the time, but like in some of their content. So I watch CDawg VA, who's this voice actor, and he's a really cool dude. I like him. One of these days I'd like to do something with him if I can get big enough and like convince him that our content would work really well together. But he plays Roblox occasionally for some of his content. So I know of it, but I've never thought about creating anything for it or thought about having any association with that game. If that makes sense and answers your question. Yeah. I have thought about making games, though. I used to teach video game development, so I do enjoy the process of programming and 3D modeling and making games. And this sucker right here, this guy will end up in a game at some point. And maybe I would even say look for him in the upcoming animated short that I am working on. He'll be there. It'll be an Easter egg. So that'll be really cool. But we'll start working on more stuff for the animated short in live streams going forward. So could be a lot of fun. We're gonna do the whole thing in Blender and maybe do the filming in Unity, but maybe stick in Blender for that. So we will figure out how that's gonna work out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna learn a lot. Howdy, howdy, Legendary. Welcome to the stream. Okay, once we color this beard in. How's your day going, Legendary? How you doing today? Oh, that needs to come over like that. There we go. It's not too bad. Yeah. All right, let's outline. We're gonna do some outlining in black here, and turn on stabilized stroke. Swap these guys, and then do this. Good so far. You're just enjoying the game, or the stream, and the Switch. What game are you playing today? And have you checked out? Have you heard of Ring Fit Adventure? That's a weird. I know that's like a weird game for me to ask you about, because like Pinkbeard doesn't work out. But dude, I got up and I was like, man, I should work out this morning. So I went and worked out, and I had a good time. And it's a Switch game, and actually, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm fat and out of shape, but Ring Fit Adventure is actually a pretty solid workout. It's like a perfect mix of cardio and strength training, or I guess resistance training. The way that it goes, I had a pretty good time with it, and I should do it more often. But that requires me to wake up early, so we'll see. All right, Spec, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I hope to see you around. We'll be back in a live stream on Tuesday. I think we'll be sculpting Deku, so that'll be kind of fun. But otherwise, have a good rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, you heard of it. You think you mentioned it. It seems something fun for you to try. Oh, yeah. Use exercise. Yeah. Yeah, Army, I hear you. I get it. Exercise isn't super fun. It's not. But it could be worse. Could always be worse. And it's actually been super fun. You know what? It's the most fun I've ever had exercising. I'll tell you that. Because you're fighting enemies while doing exercises. And I was like, this is the kind of thing that I need to really work out. I just need to go destroy some monsters and get an exercise, and get some exercise in at the same time. But yeah, Legendary, I thought I would, let me just go back and say thank you. The Corona bottle is looking good, but it's actually not a Corona bottle, because for monetization purposes, we have renamed this bot the Party Bot. It is no longer coronavirus. Because the last stream, YouTube was like, yeah, dude, we can't advertise on that. So it's the Party Bot. And this is a Beardweiser bottle. Chroma, hello! Welcome to the stream. How's your Saturday going? You do yoga 3 times a week and bike 6 miles 2 days a week, and you run around your church on Sundays helping out whenever we're short-handed. That sounds like a lot of exercise. I literally sit at a desk all day, every day, for like 8 hours, and then I get up to walk to the candy dish in the front of the office. That's sad but true. actually kind of like this thicker outline towards the bottom. So we're gonna make that a thing. There we go. Okay. Your Saturday's been fun. You saw your granddad, went to a parade. You're going to another one later. Another parade? What's today that there are parades, Chroma? What's going on today? I don't remember there being anything in February that's a parade worthy event. Okay. There we go. All right. It's not great, not perfect. Now we got to write Beardwiser on it. Ah, Mardi Gras is coming up. Yeah, you know what? That's true. That's true. My content manager is at Mardi Gras right now. You know how people do that thing where they go to write happy birthday and they write the H really, really big, and then they get the A like same size, and then the rest of it they have to cram into the small, tiny space? Guys, I've got this much space to do Beardwiser. That B is way too big. But I'm going to keep it. But I feel like that person. So you like the biking but hate the yoga. Old injuries from ballet are making my body feel old, so I gotta do yoga. You know what? I feel that. I actually love yoga. It's one of those things that I always thought when I was a kid and when I was in high school, I was like, I don't want to do yoga. Yoga's for like old people and chicks. Whatever. Toxic masculinity, whatever, right? But when I got older, like yoga is awesome. Yep. What? Okay, we're gonna undo that. This E needs to be really small. Okay. Yeah, we need to do this a little bit better. So E A R D W I E S. There we go. Done. Oh, I'm so cleaning that up in post. But there we go. Beardwiser. Done. Bottle's good. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna come back to bite me at all. Let's do this because I made the mistake on, I realized this. I made a mistake where you don't save your texture image and then you load the file up the next time and your texture's gone. Chroma? Yes. Yes, I do believe it is E-I-S-E-R. But at this point, we're not going to fix it. It's Bud Weezer. This is Bud Weezer. Don't worry about it. It's Beard Weezer. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on this stand now. Now, we have a robot. We've got the beer bottle. That was easy. Those colors are kind of defined. You made it fit. That's all that matters. Thank you, Army. That's the kind of support that I need in my life. It fit. Consequently, that's how I feel about a lot of my clothing some mornings. You know what? It fit. I'm good. I'm good with it. That's sad, but true. Okay. So let's get back to object mode, select the stand, and then back into texture paint. Now, I was thinking this is gonna basically match the same colors as the robot. So we kind of have to pick our robot color themes And I'm not quite sure what we want to go with. I like the cup. The cup idea is cool. Maybe we can do some blending of the red with the blue. Maybe do some highlights on that. Obviously, the eye for the robot is going to be black because it's a camera. The metal itself should probably just be gray. And then we'll do some highlighting. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So make this small again. And let's grab the right color here. We'll go down to our palette, and we're gonna make a robot palette. Okay. So we want to pick a gray, maybe a lighter gray, something like that. I feel like would be pretty good. And then I want to grab the red and blue from the cup, and we're going to make that a part of the robot colors so that we have the exact colors for the cup, and we can do accent colors and painting and stuff on that. Okay, so grab the fill brush, grab the gray, and there we go. And now our stuff is colored in. And actually, that's actually probably fine. It's probably good for the stand, just because no one's really going to pay attention to that. There doesn't need to be a whole lot of extra color there. There's not going to be a whole lot of anything really going on. Let's actually check this out in the layout mode. Check this out rendered. Bring in our floor scene. There we go. And that's what we're currently looking at. So I'm actually kind of okay with this as it stands at the moment. But I suppose it's time to grab the base. And actually, let's go back into texture paint. Save this. We're good leaving it as it is. Yeah, Legendary. That was like lesson 1 when I taught you how to paint in Blender. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, basically like lesson 1. Look at all these brushes. Here's a fill brush. Okay, so we need to create a new texture now, which is fine. So let's actually go into the shading for the base and create a new material. We'll call this we'll just call this base. It's fine. This can have its own texture and its own material. So then we can go into UV editing, and we'll have to do some unwrapping and handle everything here. But let's go to create a new texture option. We'll increase this to 2048, just like the other textures, so that we can keep the same level of detail on all of our models. Now, Blender 2.82 added in some UDIM support, which basically means that we can put multiple textures and apply it to one material, so that way the entire thing could have had one material on it. But since we started this back in like 2.81, it's too late to go back and do that. So we'll do the base. We're going to put a lot of detail here. Wait, no, dang. I didn't hit OK. Robot body. And then 2048. Okay, and then go back to shading and then just apply or add that texture node. So we'll do image texture here, and then robot body. Drop that to connect, and there we go. Now look at all that stretching. Well, we're gonna fix that, no problem. That's what UV editing is all about. So let's select everything here. We can kind of see how everything is played out, and it's hideous. She sounds hideous. Jake from State Farm. Wait, my model still looks pretty nonetheless for the most part. That's true. That's true. You didn't need the fill brush. You were good at painting it on your own. Okay. So let's get in here and do some modeling. So real quick, all I know, we're going to right away, we're going to mark that as a seam. And let's turn on live unwrap if it's not already. It is already turned on. Fantastic. And we'll go ahead and just sync up these selections here so that everything is at the same track. We can go ahead and rip off this base, mark that as seam all the way around. Grab the top as well, mark that as a seam all the way around. And then, since you really won't see it in the front here, what we're gonna do is just mark this very front one as a seam. So the party bot does look amazing. Well, thank you very much for saying so. I appreciate that. This is honestly my favorite model that I've ever made. If I'm telling the truth, it's my favorite thing I've ever made. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the end result. Okay, and now, hold on. Before we go any further, I'm gonna clean this up because I feel like there's some vertices laying on top of each other here. So let's merge by distance. Nothing. Okay, so that is just having a hard time showing the fact that it's marked as a seam because it's just a tiny edge, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. No big deal. I was just curious. It didn't look right, but there we go. And we'll do the same thing. We'll just move this over so we can see more of our space and get that in the let's go ahead and we're gonna hide these legs. So we can work on this without interference from the legs. And here's what we're gonna do. So grab this face, mark those as seams, and there we go. Well, now you're done with all your child development homework. All you've got left is reading and geography. Well, congratulations. Well done. And good luck. Good luck on your quest to become a teacher. And you know what? Don't listen to this ex-teacher, this failure of a teacher. Me. I couldn't do it. But I don't want you to walk into teaching without understanding that most people quit teaching within 5 years. So don't necessarily consider teaching, like you may be able to do it for longer, but most people quit within 5 years and they go do something else because they can make more money for less hours with less stress. Let's just go all the way around and mark these as seams real quick. All right, cool. And then we'll finish it out by doing mark as a seam there. Okay, so we should have the entire thing mapped out. Everything is good, but we still have this weirdly stretched area right here, and that is the front of our model. So let's just grab this, but we don't want to go all the way to the front like that's making us. We want to stop at right there. So mark that as a seam, and now everything is unwrapped as it should be. Okay. Thank you, bagpipes. I always enjoy a good bagpipe. I know not everybody does, but I always do. Okay, so that is literally raised as much as possible to the area. How much of this can we... We can't really scale anything up without affecting the size ratio here. Hearing that makes me want to succeed at it more, just to rub it in their faces, like, what I can do, you weren't able to do. Listen, I mean, best of luck to you, Army. Really, like, truly, best of luck to you. There need to be good teachers, right? There need to be. They are a staple of society. But at the same time, teaching is like a terrible profession to stay in long term for most people. And what I have seen as teachers, like what I've seen teachers do is become super bitter over time because teaching warps their mind and their personality. So be on guard about that. Don't let that happen to you. Okay. So this is the same as this. Let's do what we normally do. And we're going to raise this up just a bit. There we go. And we'll pull all this off the stage. So then we can grab island by island, and we're going to move them roughly close to each other. And we're going to remember to check the positions of the vertices this time, because we haven't done that in the last one, and we've ended up with vertices and stuff upside down that shouldn't have been upside down. Hence where I come in and try to help out those who in need mentally. Yeah, Legendary, for sure. You still trying to do that cold guidance counselor route thing? Okay, but that's not actually connected to anything, so why is it freaking out that I'm trying to increase the size? Whatever. Whatever, it's fine. Doesn't even matter. You're already a bitter person? Ugh, Army. Girl, that's not what you need. You don't need to be bitter and then become a teacher. Like, that's just terrible. Okay, so we'll go ahead and keep this selection in sync, and we'll hide the turret, because right now we're just working on the base. I don't know why we didn't do that earlier. I was just willing to suffer, I suppose. Okay, so these can be mimics of each other. That's fine. Control L. And then what we'll do, we'll turn on snapping, and we'll do vertex snapping, which is where it's at right now. And then we'll move this so that they lay on top of each other. And that'll help us when we get to where we're going. So we'll stack these on top of each other, because these are just going to be all black. It's not even really going to matter, to be honest. But this, we need to make sure that things are good. So this one is upside down. So we're going to rotate this 180. Okay. Counselor, child psychologist. More power to you, man. More power to you. I wish you the best of luck. I really, really do. Those kind of things are not for everybody. But I did my time. All right, so let's snap this on top of the other one. There we go. So now, let's actually turn off snapping. We'll place this on here. Okay, so let's grab this face right here. That is this middle piece. Okay, so these two can be put together. So we'll select all of that, move it over here, and we'll select all of this one, and move it over here. And now let's check the next two. Right, okay, cool. So this one and this one. Both of these are good. So we can grab both of them. And also move them over here. And I will be genuinely surprised. Oh, we don't have to fix anything. There wasn't anything upside down, which is genuinely shocking to me. Okay. Move over there just a bit more. And now we can snap them. Oh! Hello! What is this? Dennis Miller Dennison! Thanks for the subscription. Welcome to the Beard Battalion, as I like to affectionately call all of my subscribers. I don't know if you're in the stream right now, but thanks for subscribing. It's okay. Only adults make me more bitter. Children are pure and innocent, and I want to protect them. I suppose they are innocent. They are. So most of them are. All right. So let's select everything now. Is it actually gonna go fire limes? Yeah, probably. When I animate this whole thing out, I'll make like a little demo of it shooting limes. Should be kind of fun. Hoping it would be really cool. Okay, so we're gonna snap this on top of here. There we go, just like that. Now we have a problem because they weren't all rotated accurately. So here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to turn this on and rotate this so that everyone is lined up accurately. Okay, just trying to line this up because otherwise, no, that's not right. There we go. All right, let's just check that rotation. That's not quite right. So we'll rotate that back one, and that should be good. You want to see it fire limes? Yeah, it's gonna fire limes. We'll do a whole little animation of it after we animate and thing. So you're still here working for a sword on your game. That's great. What game are you working on, Spec? All right, I think. Yeah, that should be good there. And then we should be able to. All right, let's turn this snapping to increment. There we go. And now we can go back to vertex. That's so weird. Whatever, we'll just have two sections. You're taking a break from homework because the child development was a lot. Definitely. You're working on one for Roblox named Soul Slayers. Interesting. What is that? I don't know what that is. So if you're making it. What's the point, Spec? What are we gonna be super interested in to play your game? There we go. And I think I can probably do that. Yep, cool. So now we have two different sections, and they're just not going to fit on top of each other, which is fine. We'll just turn off snapping. We'll move them. We'll make them close. And then we'll do the same thing twice. Okay, so now we can place these, and we can just the next largest, and the next largest, and the next largest, and the next largest. But look at all that space we're wasting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna scale this down just enough so we can fit everything inside there. And we'll move all of this stuff off the thing. Okay. Maybe we have to do this one at a time. Or maybe not. We can fit them both on there. So it's going to have different islands and swords, so you can rank up and have fun. You'll also have wings. You can upgrade the wings to fly longer. Interesting. Huh. So is it gonna be like a battle royale then? Of sorts? Okay. Now, how can I get this bigger? And the answer, unfortunately, is I can't. And these aren't going to perfectly line up anyways. Nope, it's a simulator. Oh, okay. Okay, I was thinking like you get into your Roblox world and then you attack people and things are good. But if it's a simulator, it's totally different. Okay, so there is our UV map. It's okay. It's not fantastic. But that's about as big as I can go without breaking these down any further. So we're gonna call this okay for now, and we can move on to painting. So we've got that saved. We can switch now over to our robot body. Nope, not the render result. We want the robot body, and we'll switch from painting on bottle and stand over to robot body as well, and this will give us exactly what we're looking at. ATA Visuals, hey, welcome to the stream, man, or woman. How are you doing today? And what brings you to the stream? Okay, so just like with last time, let's check out those colors that we had. I don't know why Blender moved our color palette from up there at the top, but now we've given our base color of gray, which is super important, but not always exactly what we want. So what we're gonna do, we'll just go in here, and now we'll turn this to black. Add that to the robot colors, we'll make that black. There we go. You're good, man. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Okay. So let's take a look. We're going to have to bring in the turret again. Just so I don't accidentally draw on something that's there. Just wanting to see the outcome of the bot. Were you here on the last stream? So this is where we're at right now. We'll bring in the scene, and we'll bring back in the legs. This is where we're currently at as far as textures and stuff are concerned. We've got our Beardweiser bottle, our limes, our cup, and the robot with the eye in general. Which I think I'll probably just keep that solid black. I know I probably could do like maybe some depth there, but I think I'll just keep it solid black. And then we're also going to make these squares back here black so that it's like you can't see into the thing. But let's go back through and hide those, hide the scene again. And we'll hide those legs because we don't want to work on them yet. So Yo, I love seeing all these people on my stream too. I hope as we grow and we do this more often, I'll get to meet even more cool people. That's my hope. Oh, I don't actually need to grab all those because I set my UV map up in such a way that all I have to do is that. And now everyone is black, which is great. Okay, and that'll basically be hidden there. And we need to do some type of design on this robot. Something that kind of complements the cup that we did. So I'm thinking we could reverse these triangles. Maybe make these rims blue, and make red triangles in them. Or make it, yeah, do some red triangles around the top and bottom. Something like that. Maybe we'll try it out. We want to make it look like a fun and inviting bot, and then the bot will shoot you with a lime, and you know, you'll disappear into limey goodness. All right, so let's turn that off, and here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna go back in edit mode, and we want to grab these all the way around there, just so we can only draw on this section. Turn on our mask, and I think we make the base color here blue, right? So it's blue all the way around. That's fine and dandy. Everything is good here. Not really a problem. We do have this weird blue overlap, but that's because our UV maps didn't work out the way that we wanted them to. Okay, so we will do some... No, I think we need to do that red. In order to swap these colors, we'll need to do red, and then we can make some blue triangles going around. So, once again, I'm asking for your financial support. Not really. What we are going to do, though, I think I'm funny, is we're going to turn on wireframing and all the edges. So that way, I can look at these edges and actually make our triangles appear here. And we're probably going to want to do something in the middle, maybe a lime or something, or maybe we make the triangles go in a different direction. Not quite sure, but here's what I know in the meantime. While I'm trying to figure that out, we'll go back in here and we will add the same pattern up here to our section around the eye. So let's go ahead and color this. We'll color this blue. That's fine. Yeah. And then we'll have to hide the turret, which is fine, and get work on it. I am funny. I'm funny looking. Okay, so let's look at this from the top, the exact top, and grab our, yes, we want to be in the line style. So we'll change our stroke method to line, and then we will change our color. What's that shift button? What did I hit? I don't know what I hit. I don't know what the option there is. What did I do? I don't know what I did there. Must have hit something that I didn't intend to. Okay, cool. So we're gonna grab this. Let's go to the cup color. And we want this color. We'll go back to the robot colors and add it. Okay, so we'll just make lines going all the way across. But before we do that, what I need to turn on is backface culling. Let's see if they moved this option. We have bleed, dither, occlude, backface culling. Perfect. We'll turn both of those off and get our line. All right, Spec, have a good night, man. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your tomorrow and enjoy your rest. Okay, so there we go. And now I can look at this from the right-hand side and finish up these lines in painting, and we will end up right there. Just like that. Which that should line up, yep, pretty accurately. And, uh-oh, hope I didn't just make a mark. And then we'll turn these back on and fill in this area all the way. But we're going to have to turn off line, go back to space. And this is just a filling in coloring thing. It's times like this, Army, that I wish I had your skills at coloring. But I think we can do a pretty good job here. And I'll just be careful to stay inside the lines. Yeah, you have skills in coloring. I don't know if you know that, but you do. You and your time-lapse coloring skills, coloring inside the lines, those are skills. Those are skills that escape me. Or at least they generally do. And maybe that's just because I've never flexed those muscles and tried to gain skill in texturing, but it is what it is. Okay. So there we go. We have the thing here. And now what we're going to do something different than we did last time. So we're actually going to, let's look at it this way from the top. How do I just want to look at it this way. All right, whatever. I guess it's not going to be perfect. So whereas on the cup, we drew in triangles to make it look like there were things going in, what we're going to actually do here is we're going to just draw the triangle rather than the lines. So they're going to be some sharp red attacking triangles on this eyeball. But they'll be kind of festive in nature. So let's go to the line brush. And we'll start right about here, go up to the middle. From here, we'll go roughly to the same space on the other side. And then we'll connect them. All right, and I will come back and work on that in the next turn. Okay, whatever. I guess I got to look at it this way. So, something like... Nope, we're going to leave some space in between them. We're going to leave 2 blocks in between, or 1 block in between them. So we'll do that. You never thought about it that way. Coloring has always been relaxing to you, but you haven't done it in months, sadly. Well, if you're a 4th grade teacher, you could probably work coloring into the curriculum. I know you'll have a lot to do, but, you know, you could probably find a way to work it in the English curriculum. But yeah, having good colors and like knowing what looks looks good together, and that's hard to do. It's hard to do, and I just don't have those skills really, or at least I don't have a lot of those skills because I haven't done them a ton. Okay, and we'll have these attack triangles done in just a second. Oh no. Whatever. We'll just make it work. We'll do something like that. Something like that. Because I didn't count, so now we have... We have too many. Well, art teachers would get mad at me because you don't believe in warm and cool color work. Like, yellow looks good with blue, but that's a warm and a cool color. See that you're like, I understand you're saying something intelligent, but my brain isn't able to comprehend what you're talking about, which is weird. Like, coloring to me is just one of those things that, like, man, I've never understood. The name of this song is, it's called Sirana. I'll put it in the chat. There we go. Yeah, it's a good song. But this is the end of my playlist. So let's start it over. Okay, so now that we have kind of mapped out this thing, so, oh goodness, I hate that. Maybe there should just not even be one there. But if there's not one there, what do we put there? Because that's a big gap. What if we just make a small triangle? Or like something that says like aim this way. We'll hide an upvote. There we go. That doesn't look terrible. New playlist time. So I've finally purchased a music. You're right, I should change the color. Okay. So let's change it to like a, let me try to get a Reddit orange here. That's not quite what I want. There we go. Dang it, I gotta redo that in that orange color. So let's grab the line brush again. And we'll go here to here. Hey, Francie, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Cool. Have you downloaded, Francie, have you downloaded Blender 2.82? It is, it's changed some things. It's changed quite a few things. I'm not sure how to feel about it, to be honest. Like, it's moved settings around again. There we go. It's not a perfect upvote, but that's okay. We're hand painting. There's no such thing as perfection when you're hand painting. Or maybe there is, and I'm just incapable. Either way, don't tell me. Okay, so now we can go ahead and color the rest of these triangles in. And we'll hopefully achieve a fun and festive robot by the time we're done. And these will put into it. Yeah, 2.8 finally released in August. And since then, they've been working on a lot of really cool features. So the biggest thing, I think, that came with 2.82 is the ability for UDIM support, which is basically like tiled textures. So that way you can, rather than having to fit every face on your mesh and material into one texture space, you can actually get multiple texture spaces and put your textures in different areas, and it'll still map. So that way you can get super detailed in some areas and a lot less detail in areas that you really don't need detail in, and you don't have to worry about cramming it all into the same 0 to 1 space. So that's something that's really cool, and I haven't played around with that yet. But as we start production on our animated short, our first animated short, UDIM textures will become super important, I imagine. And I'm looking forward to using them. But we also have a lot of different topics and tutorials that we're going to work on. So overall, it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll probably have to do one in the future on UDIM support. Yeah, Blender is definitely about to rock the 3D world. I actually remember seeing an article at the beginning of August when 2.8 actually officially dropped, that there was an animation studio in Japan that basically said, we are switching. We're switching from whatever professional studio we were working with before, and we're jumping to Blender. And I remember thinking that, like, that now it's a thing. Blender has upgraded itself, and it is now in the realm of professional software. And people want to use it. All right, how many more? Okay, we don't have that many more to do. That's good, man. I'm glad you're really having fun while learning Blender. Me too, actually. There are so many things about Blender that, like, even though I make tutorials there's so many things about Blender that I just don't know. And the documentation for the release manual hasn't been updated. So like, there's a couple of new sculpting brushes out there that there's no documentation on that Blender has produced, or at least not in the official manual about it. So I am like really excited to continue learning this and move forward. And here we go. Okay, cool. So let's see what this looks like when we turn off. That's right here. Turn off the wireframe. So we've got our blue, we've got our thing around it. It's now, that's actually kind of festive, and I feel like it matches our cup pretty well. So we've done a good job on that, and now we got to figure out something for this space on the side here. We could make it limes. We could go for some more limes on the side, just like we have limes going around the cup. That wouldn't be too bad. I think I would probably only have to do 3 of those, maybe 2. So we could do something like that. That wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad at all. Let's give it a shot. I don't know how I feel about it. If I'm doing it and you guys hate it, let me know. Let me know. But otherwise, yeah, I think it might work. Yeah, we want to make sure we're only painting on this section. So back in edit mode. And I think what I want to do is I want to make these limes kind of face each other. Or should we make them circles? Should we make it lime wedges, or should we make them lime like circles? Like if we took a lime and just cut it in half, that's what we would see. What do you think? What's Macker's, Army? Congratulations on getting Macker's for lunch, but what is Macker's? All right, we'll go ahead and hide that turret. That's fine. Legendary says wedges. Does anybody else want to vote in on this before we get started on it? Wedges. Okay. Wedges is the consensus. So let's give that a shot. Back here. And we're going to switch up our colors to the lime colors again. And give ourselves an outline. But actually, you know what we're going to do first? We're going to make our color completely black, and then just do a stabilizing stroke. So if we're going to look at this straight on, we want this to be a pretty big... Oh, it's the Aussie way of saying McDonald's. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to assume and then come off like an idiot. So I figured I would just ask. Okay, stabilizing stroke down. You know what? I don't like the fact that it's going to be a static up and down. That doesn't seem fun or festive at all. So let's turn it. Let's do one going this way. And one going the other way. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. And then we can make it round out. We'll create our lime wedge. That looks terrible. All right, let's do it in smaller bursts this time. So we'll have our line. We want it to kind of go out, and we'll stop it there because that's actually looking pretty good. So let's try to do the same thing over here. Now, if I have to fix this in post, I will, but we're trying to hand paint the whole thing. So having it show up good enough that I don't have to feel like I need to fix it would be fantastic. All right, so there's our lime outline. That'll be good. It'll help us keep things in line with what we want. So we can go ahead and grab that lime color. Well, let's finish that up on the other side first. Okay, so we'll take this one and we'll come down. Something like that, maybe. All right, maybe I don't like it. I don't. Let's just say it's not perfect, but that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be fun. All right, so now we can turn off this stabilized stroke, and we can basically fill in this area with lime, and then we'll add our lime edge color. In fact, I thought I turned off stabilized stroke, please. Thank you. Do something like that for the color. Okay, so we're just painting on a lime here. For those of you that are new and joining us, welcome to the stream. I hope you are having a great Saturday. Or did I go lighter? Let's pull up that turret. I want to see. Yeah, that's basically the internal color of the lime that we had, so that's fine. That's good enough. Oh, that went too far. That's okay. We'll clean it up, color over it. Okay, and then we can grab and I guess we'll turn on the stabilized stroke here just so we can make sure we stay within our lines. Okay, we'll probably have to re-outline this in black a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, and then we'll make our stroke here for the inside of the lime wedge shell. Yep, there we go. And turn off stabilized stroke and fill that in. Oh no! Ah, that's what that does. Okay, I had forgotten what that did. Yep, alright, that's good, and we will come back and add in some extra coloring to that. That doesn't actually look too bad. I don't know, it's you guys, I'm pretty proud of that. Texturing is not my strong suit when it comes to this whole Blender 3D art thing. And if you've spent any time with me in stream, you've heard me say that at least once. And it's pretty true. Out of all the things that I'm good at, coloring is not among them. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill this in. Well, thank you, Army. Have a little more confidence. Oh, I have confidence. I have confidence in droves. But I also like to feel like I have a good understanding of where my skills are at. And coloring is... if it were a skill tree, right? Because I was just watching an anime before this stream, and it's kind of a dumb anime, but Funimation recommended it, and I was like, yeah, that's in the genre that I watch. I'll watch it. So it was basically like VR MMO type anime, and the girl puts all her stats into vitality and enough defense so she never gets hurt, and it somehow works out for her. And if I were putting my skills in a stat tree, right? Coloring models and doing texturing in general would probably be my lowest rated stat. And then modeling and sculpting would probably be around the same. And then rigging and animation would definitely be higher. I would hope it would be higher than my coloring ability. That's not necessarily to say I'm a terrible colorer, but I don't think I'm that good. Don't know why I've been struggling trying to get those small sections when I could just increase the size of my brush. Come on, Pinkbeard. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh. Hey, Army, you've been here probably since the beginning. Has my stream dropped out at all since we've been live? I'm just curious because the analytics are telling me that, like, for a solid 10 minutes time, no one was here. Which is fine if that's true, but I don't feel like that's true because it's also told me that a ton of people have been here. Or come and gone, at least. Okay, let's turn back on stabilize stroke. I will definitely have to re-outline this. That's okay. That is more than okay. Not that you've noticed. You've been here like the whole time, but you haven't lost it at all. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube then. But yeah, it's definitely telling me like somehow I activated Google. Don't know how I did that. Yes, it is lying to me, which is fine. Which is fine. I've kind of gotten used to Google lying to me recently because every morning we'll be like, hey, Google, is it going to snow? And then she'll respond with, no, there's no snow scheduled for today. Or like it'll say there's less than an inch of snow. And then more than once this has happened where it's like less than an inch of snow. All right, cool. We plan our day. And then before we know it, it's like dumping snow at our house. And it's just like, you told us no snow today. What's going on? So that's been more than, that's happened at least more than once. Okay, I'm gonna take this very carefully. Handle this lime wedge. Okay. Yeah, I suppose. I don't mind the snow. I actually kind of like it. Because when it snows enough, I get to work from home. And that's nice. But apparently I can't do that all the time. My boss got mad at me last week. But I was just like, I don't know why. I don't know why. I can do literally everything in the office from my house chair. Like, and I can do it in sweatpants. I don't have to get dressed up. I don't have to deal with anybody. Do all my meetings through Skype. Why do I have to come to the office? And he's just like, you have to. Deal with it. All right. So I've been going to the office this week, and I've basically been sitting and twiddling my thumbs all day. All right, and we can follow this outline now. There we go. Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of this one. The one in the front, meh. But this one I'm pretty proud of. But they're not looking too bad. And before we put any more detail here, let me look up what a lime wedge looks like so I can actually have a reference for when I add some hand painting here to this. Okay, so a lot of that darkness that we just added should be in the white range. So if we select this, this will get us pretty close, and we can create a white outline. Let me try. Hold on, guys. Let me try something. I want to see if I can. Wonder if I can adjust my tablet because it's starting to hurt my hand. Sorry about this, everybody who's hanging out. How do you... Ah, there's the locking mechanism. Okay, sorry about that. I apologize for that view of the chair and probably my hoodie and pants. I don't know what actually showed. But that should actually be better now for my hand, because my wrist was starting to hurt from being in a weird position. So thanks for bearing with me while I adjusted. Oh no, look what I did. That weird stroke. Okay, so now we're gonna go in here and we're actually going to, now that we have a reference image of a lime up, we're going to make this area look kind of white. But still in that green section, so. Yeah, this is definitely better for my wrist overall. And I may have to lower it down even further, but I won't do that today. I will do that before my next stream. So that way we don't get another close-up of me. You know what? What if we go brighter and closer to white? That's better. That's so much better. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to adjust it lower, but that's okay. We'll do that for next stream. It's all good. You're traumatized of that close up. We can do real close. How do you like that? How do you like that, Army? I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that one bit. So we're not gonna do that ever again. I'm kind of traumatized by that. Okay. All right, cool. So now what we want to do is these lime wedges kind of go. Okay, now I'm traumatized. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to traumatize you. I didn't really mean to traumatize you. Here, let's. Okay, we're definitely gonna go thinner now. And we're basically gonna like make a line here, like that, and then one kind of here, and then one kind of like that, and then another kind of like that for lime wedges. And then we can come in here with maybe, actually let's do this, a little brighter to come in and just kind of and just make it look like, I don't know, maybe just like give it some effects, some textured effects here. Not that really anybody's probably gonna look at this up close, but oh my gosh, guys, that looks amazing. Here, I don't know what that's like on stream. Look at that. That's so freaking cool. I love that. I love that so much. Oh my goodness. That was, oh, that was just like an accident. Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this so much. There's a lime. That's a real lime. Oh my gosh. I love it. I'm going to have to share that with a food artist that I know. Like, she's an artist who specializes in drawing food, and I've always been impressed. And like, I'm gonna have to share this off. Like, check out what I did. So let's see if we can replicate that on this one. Gosh, I just want to, like, this looks like a real freaking lime. I can't believe that this looks like a real lime. Crowning achievement. Definitely saving that right now. I'm gonna save that image right now, just in case anything happens. We get. Okay. So I guess actually that makes me feel like I could probably do better at hand painting things now than I've ever done before. Which could mean that I'm gonna redo some old models. But that amazing lime healed the trauma. Well, I'm glad. Not only here at Sir Pinkbeard streams, we traumatize you, but then we bring you back to life. It's all about balance. Okay, so we're gonna take this white. Actually, we're gonna go a little deeper with that. What do you mean, why didn't I mirror it? Look, it's the way we've set up the UVs. Right now, the lime is mirrored. But if you meant like mirroring it across the X, Y, or Z axis, because I don't want them to be identical. I don't want them to be identical, but because of the way we set up our UVs, it is mirrored across essentially the X axis. But yeah, I didn't want the limes to be identical. I wanted them to look slightly different, because this whole model is going to be hand painted, and too much symmetry really won't look right. Okay, so just filling in this little rind area like we did last time. I will tell you for sure, it always helps to have reference images. And I always say that whenever I'm modeling something. Like, get a reference image. Or whenever I was teaching, I was like, get a reference image. You need a reference image. It'll help you if you have a reference image. And then I go to model it myself, and I'm like, I don't need a reference image. I got this. No big deal. Oh yeah? You captured the happiness line? Can you make clips of YouTube streams? I don't even know if that's a thing. But can you do that? Is that a thing you can do? And from, both of these limes look delicious. They look delicious. But now I need to go back up and update my actual lime. My actual lime texture. Oh, you don't know if you can, but you captured the screenshot. Okay. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to look at later. Yeah, this lime, I am loving this lime. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got limes here, and we've got a blue thing here, and I feel like we're missing a color. So we have our limes, and our limes are great and all, and I don't want to damage the limes in any way. But I feel like we need to add something to it, because we have these little arrows here, and we have a stripe going around, and we got to do something. Let's pull up the turret. Let's take a look at what we're doing with the turret, and we can bring up these legs. I did save my work, yeah, and I saved the texture, so we don't have to worry about those messing up those limes again. But we are gonna go back into this lime here, and we're gonna fix it. We're definitely gonna fix this lime texture, because these limes look so much better. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to hide the base. We're gonna go into the turrets, hide the cup, hide two of the limes, feeder tube. This should be called socket. Hide the rotation control, hide the socket, hide the bottle. Okay, we want to go into texture paint. We want to go to, this is the lime and the albedo map. And then we're going to fix this texture here. Control numpad plus gets us every face on that section. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna go back here, put this white, and go along the edges. And actually, let me use the stabilized stroke here. Okay, and then we'll do that again. And come out a little further this time. Okay, and the way that the real thing actually comes out, we can turn off the stabilized stroke, make our brush a little smaller, and then there are actually these like bumps when it comes up, like something like that. Okay, and then we can kind of take this and let's make it smaller. So actually, in order to do this well, I'm gonna need to just paint over this, all that stuff that we've done. You know what? It does really fit what I'm working on. Crazy coinkadink. Okay, so we've got a brand new lime to work off of. Drop our radius way down. And we don't want to go that thick. And it seems weird. Like, I guess it's kind of crazy that, like... Alright, actually, I don't like these 4. We want to... It seems weird that just adding some squiggly lines would help something make or look a ton better. But, like, it's definitely helping, right? Like, yeah, that looks like definitely more like a real lime. So that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that the effect that adding some squiggly lines into a texture can have. But there you have it, guys. That look at how that plays out. Let me go ahead and save this image for sure, so I don't have to redo that. But now we have a real looking lime. You know, like we could almost squeeze it and things would turn out great. We would get some great lime juice. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll save our work. Let's go back to the layout. Bring back the base. Bring back the scene. And reinstate the turret. Man, check that out. That's so cool looking. So cool looking. But I do feel like if we need to hide the scene again. Let's go back here. And hide the scene. I feel like something maybe needs to happen on the top or the bottom. That's called texture and depth. Okay, I believe you. Texturing's not my strong suit. That's just pretty much true. So we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna finish this bot up today for sure, for sure. So the last thing we really have to do is unwrap the legs and texture them. But the legs are gonna, well, maybe we'll do something crazy with the legs. But maybe we'll do some like zigzag pattern with the legs. I feel like we do need something going around the base though. So here, what do you guys think? What do you guys think would help complete this section? Because it's feeling like there's something missing. Going around. So you think about that, and I'm going to start. Let's actually go into UV editing, make sure we've saved all of our images. Yeah, okay, cool. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna unwrap these legs and then texture these legs, and then we'll basically be done. So we'll hide the turret, hide the base, and then that's leg, left, front, cool. And they're all the same object, actually. So all I have to do is just unwrap one of them, and they'll be good. Now, basically, all of these things are the same size. They're not exactly the same size, but they're close enough that I could pretty much apply the same unwrap to them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab that, mark that as a scene. And then we actually need to triangulate these faces. So let's do this real quick. Join that. And we'll do that on the bottom as well. And then subdivide these. Triangle-like fang designs, like the top and bottom, are just a bunch of co-joining triangles. So you mean for the base, right? So are you thinking like fang, like fang type of thing? Do you mean something like that, Legendary? I'll erase those. Let me know if that's what you meant. Join that one. Well, legendary, that's something we can do. There's definitely an idea there. There's definitely an idea there that we can look into. I think I may have weirdly no, I guess it's a circle. It just doesn't look like one. All right, there we go. And do the same thing finally up here. Subdivide that. Here, here. Okay. All right, so unwrapping time. It's a happy time. Kind of. Okay, mark that as a seam. Grab this bottom, mark it as a seam. We're going to need a new... No, I don't want to open one. I want to create a new one. We'll call these legs. Which I guess we probably could have put on the... Let's keep those selections in sync so we can see things. And once we've done that, we'll grab this, go all the way around. All right, there we go. Everything is now unwrapped. And, wait a second. Did it grab? It went all the way up. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And that's okay. But what we're going to do, we actually, you know what? We probably should cut it in half. Or I can just Okay, I'm not sure why that unwrapped it in such a weird way. Or at least that arm in such a weird way. But if we just cut that off... that should be fine. Because they're not all the same size. Okay, that's why. Okay, so all we have to do to finish this up, this is actually probably pretty good, but we're going to scale things up just a bit. Turn off snapping. Okay, and these are basically the same. So we're just gonna put them on top of each other. I don't think they're gonna fit exactly, but it'll be good enough for what we're working on. Because no one's really gonna pay this much attention. Well, I'm glad you like it, Army. Thanks for saying kind things about it. Yeah, because that's all gonna be like one color anyways. So it doesn't even matter. So we'll move all these. Turn off snapping, move it all over there. And then there's nothing really that we can load onto it, except we've got these. Yeah, that's all that's got to be. So pull those off to the side, grab that, pull it off, pull it off. Okay. And then we'll just put this a little bit nicer. Okay, so we're just trying to make sure we can get the greatest texture thing on there. That's probably as good as I want to go. So, okay. That's where we're at. There is our UV map. Kind of proud of that. We're okay with it as it is. Everything is fine. Save that. Jump into texture paint. And let's grab the right one. We want to grab this one, and we want to make sure that it's set up with the legs. So let's go into shading real quick here. And we don't have that, so we'll have to create a new material. We'll call this material legs. Next time I will be using UDEM textures, so we won't have to do this. We'll have one thing for everybody. Hook it up with the legs. There we go. All right, and just like with the robot body, we'll start off by filling it in with that basic gray. Okay, now everything is pretty much good at this point with that basic gray. But I want to make things look a little different because the moving parts really probably shouldn't be the exact same color as the standard metal there. So maybe we'll want to darken some of it or make it brighter or something. So let's try this out. Go with that color gray, and we'll do this. Go back into texture paint mode, turn that on, drop that. So now it's a different color. Okay, and you know what that tells me? That tells me that all of those parts there should be that gray color, because I like that. So we'll do that. And that has given us some different colors there to distinguish between the two parts. We've got rotating pieces that will move, and we've got dark gray colors of standardized metal. But now we need to add some extra color and designs here. So we'll go to this brush, and let's go down to these robot colors here. And I like the idea of making it red at the tip there. I don't know why. But it is gonna be an attack robot, maybe, so at least in the it doesn't have to be perfect down here at the bottom. Maybe this is just blood-stained, and that's why it's red. I'm not opposed to that understanding of my bot. Let's bring back these other legs. Let's see. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something like a blue zigzag pattern going around. So, like, let me grab, not the stabilized stroke. How about the line? Something like that, and then we can look at that on the side, and we can say, well, this is coming up. So now it's going to go down. Oh, okay, let's turn off the scene. I don't know why someone's going to put these little markings on their robot, but you know, enjoy it. Life is short. Maybe that's the point of this bot. Life is short, and this bot will probably kill you. So enjoy the party, because it'll be the last one you experience. That's kind of morbid, huh? That's a dark way of thinking about this robot. Let's undo those last. Yeah, and that's good. That's good enough. Okay, so now we can take off the line, go back to the space brush, and fill this in. We're gonna fully zigzag this thing out, which means that above this is going to be a red zig, or below it is going to be a red zigzag that matches this pattern. Wait, is occlude on and it shouldn't be? Nope. Not quite sure what's going on with that. whatever, we'll fix that. Okay. So we'll grab red now and continue the zigzag. Oh no. Dang, okay. Ah, okay, that's cool. Oh, gotta love good text from your parents. Okay, so we gotta finish this up because it's coming on nearly 5 o'clock, which is the time that I have told my wife, no matter what, I will be done on Saturdays. So that way we can hang out together and spend some time. Because I've watched too many YouTube videos recently, or YouTubers recently, being like, yeah, I was working too much, and my wife left me. And I don't want that to happen. Not that I think it would happen, but I don't wanna tempt it, you know? Which, yeah, 5 o'clock being date time on Saturdays also kind of stinks a little bit because I had some editing that I needed to do, and instead, I've hung out with you guys for the last, how long has it been? What, 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Which has been cool, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. I've enjoyed it. And I get to finish up the party bot today, which is which is nice because then we can render it and rig it and share it out there. So we aren't as cool as editing. No, you guys are definitely better than editing. But if we don't edit and get the promotional materials out, I don't make money. Speaking of which, guys, I don't know if you've done any investing for your future, but we just got our first corporate sponsor for the channel. So if you guys are looking to invest or do any type of investing, check the link in the description, and you will get the link to Webull, our corporate investor, or our corporate sponsor. They're not an investor, they're a sponsor of the channel. And if you sign up, they'll actually give you 2 free stocks, one for just creating an account and the second for depositing any amount of money. So if you don't have a Roth IRA, you can use it to get a Roth IRA and start that whole process of investing for retirement. And I would highly recommend it. But if you click on that link and you create an account, it helps the channel. We get some kickback, and we get some money if you deposit, so we actually get some extra money too. And all of that money will be put back into the channel to help create better videos and better tutorials for you guys. So there's my little spiel. Also, if you're an artist and you're looking for a Wacom tablet, you can check the link in the description as well for my recommendation for a beginner tablet. And there we go. It's been 2.5 hours, but I finally worked in the promotional material. All right, we're just gonna do 2 full zigzag stacks. That's it. And I think this means we're at the end of our playlist too. Well, you might want to check out a tablet. Using a tablet can definitely be better than a mouse. It's definitely better for coloring than a mouse. I would highly recommend that. So, at the very least, click on the link, give it a check out, see if it's something you're interested in. But the tablets are, and they're not especially expensive, but they're not super cheap either. So this one, the one I'm recommending is about $70. But it's a pretty good, it's the one I started on. It's a pretty standard tablet overall. Okay, and I'm okay leaving some gray undertones here for this robot because it's almost like they spray painted it on and they just missed a couple of spots. It's $80. Okay. Arabic Rum, man, welcome to the stream. Have you tried sculpting yet? I remember your comment. Oh no. Ah, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay that the paint is smudged a little bit. That's why you don't color. You let people use their imaginations with a pink model with no material. Yeah. So yeah, it's $80. It's $80, but it's a great starting tablet. I highly recommend it. It's, I think, the newer model of the one that I started with. But basically, all those tablets are going to be roughly that expensive. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you were able to start sculpting and enjoy that process. What did you decide to sculpt for your first sculpture? All right, let's put on like a final couple of songs here while we finish up coloring. Let's go with... What do we got in here? Vocals, no vocals. With 2 small children in school full-time, I don't think it's in the budget right now, especially with my daughter's birthday next month. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I totally get it. I totally get it. But now that we have a corporate sponsor, we're going to be promoting some products and trying to increase our revenue a little bit, because I've got a dream of starting a production studio, and we're actually already in the works with starting it and producing content for it. So the more sponsorships we get, the more people we can recommend products to that buy them, the faster we'll be able to get our production studio off the ground. So you did basic stuff on a model that you already modeled, but it saved you a lot of headache. That is awesome, Arabic. That's awesome. I'm glad that I was able to inspire you to try sculpting and to give it a shot. All right, this is the last zigzag. And then we're going to fill this in. Space brush. Okay, let's check this thing out in its entirety. And let's bring up this, let's save this. Go to our texture, save that. Go to layout, pull up our scene, check out what it looks like rendered. All right, there we go. There is our party bot for the most part. That's basically done. Kind of good with that, honestly. I could add more. We could do more zigzags going up and down the legs. But it's 5 o'clock, which means it's time to hang out with the wifey. And we are basically done. Let me know what you guys think about this model in the comments below. If you're not here, it's great the company support. Whatever. I'll show it. It's fine. Yeah, you know what? It is. It is great. It was kind of weird, though, getting this sponsorship from Webull, just because, you know, we make tutorial videos and educational content here, and they're an investment company, but they're like, yeah, well, we have the same values on money, so promote our stuff. We want to work with you, which is nice, which was definitely nice. So, all right, guys, hey, this is basically it. All right, so we're done with this, and we can check it out from the camera view. What do we got from the camera view? Now, I will be animating this and rigging this, so I don't know if I'll do it on stream or not, but I will be doing it in the meantime. So either check out the Discord for the updated video, or pop in during the next stream where we're working on PartyBot and rigging and animating it. I don't know. That'll probably be sometime next week because Tuesday's stream is going to be a sculpting. We're going to start sculpting Deku from the Infinite 100 episode in Season 4. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot, really interesting. I'm excited about it. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging out this Saturday. I hope you guys are having a good rest of your evening. And I will see you on Tuesday.